This year, Project Potter brought together over 100 students to provide aid and spread magic to children in need through fundraising and volunteering.
Each time we set foot into the classroom, we're able to provide a one-on-one tutoring experience with our children. We make a direct impact on their reading and writing skills, which we hope will provide them with the skills they need for future endeavors.
Pitt's Commuter student programs helps keep commuter students invested and involved with Pitt's campus, and that's how Pitt Commuter student programs helps the Pitt community.
You definitely should give back to Pitt because the community here works so hard to give everything they can to a Pitt student and provide so many different opportunities to get involved, have connections, make networks. And so it's important to be able to give back to them and show that you are grateful for the work that everyone, students, faculty, staff, put into making your experience at Pitt so important and so meaningful. And they go so far beyond the classroom, and it's important to just take advantage of that and give back to in any way that you can.
This semester we started a pilot program with the Graduate and Professional Student Government and College of General Studies to include those students in our programs throughout the year. In the past, Pitt Program Council has only been open to undergraduate non-CGS students due to activities fee spending. So this semester we started a pilot program with those groups to incorporate those students into our program so that we can affect a larger audience on campus and bring more students into the programs that we do.
Okay, the Society of Women Engineers has had a positive impact on the Pitt community by offering a strong group and support group of strong women role models in STEM fields for young girls and young women in the area.
And one event I think exemplifies that was our Chris Hendricks In Tune and Empowered program, right? So to think about mental health, physical ability, how those things may connect or not for our students, and then to celebrate perseverance, to celebrate the human spirit through song and music was really inspiring.
This year, RSA has impacted the Pitt community by having the resident student population raise over 1,300 pounds of food for the Pitt Pantry to provide food for those in the community that have limited access to meals.
I think it's important to give back to the Pitt community because they're such an integral part as to what makes all of us who we are. And I've only been here for 2 years, but as of now, I know that it's completely changed my life since I've been in high school, and I know it'll continue to do so in the next 2 years.
So Maccarone has made a significant impact on the Pitt community over the past year because we provide opportunities for different students to volunteer in Pittsburgh public schools with kids kindergarten through 3rd grade, and it's really nice to be able to give back to the larger community that Pitt is a part of.
Favorite Pitt memory has been planning events to strengthen the club and raise money for our chosen charity. And through the success of doing that, it has given me confidence to go out for other leadership roles.
The Pitt community has offered me so many means to develop academically, socially, and personally, and it only makes sense for me to pay it forward.
We're all students first, but we're all part of a community at Pitt. So if we work together to continuously improve the microcosms that we're all a part of, we can make Pitt a better place for us and for future years.
My favorite Pitt memory would be working with Pitt Program Council to produce Bigelow Bash this past year, being able to work with all the committee members and other organizations to make sure that this event came to fruition and just was the best that it could be.
The Office of PittServes was able to make a difference here in Pittsburgh, nationally and internationally, specifically with our trip to Quito, Ecuador for International Alternative Break this year.
My favorite Pitt memory was the night I was first on duty as an RA. I was up late at night. I was in a room with a fellow RA. We were writing a report, and I was sitting there and I realized that Pitt really was the best choice for me, sitting there writing this report early in the morning as an RA.
So with the Pitt Pathfinders, their impact that they had on the university and the Pitt community is that they can directly impact the students who are choosing to come to the University of Pittsburgh and really show them what that Pitt experience is all about.
My favorite Pitt memory was bonding with the club powerlifting team at the Collegiate National Championships.
It's important to give back to the Pitt community for a number of reasons, but the predominant one being the fact that this is not just where you learn and where you live, but where you meet people that can potentially change your life. These connections and these people that you're meeting are going to have some sort of impact in some way, whether you realize it now or whether you realize later. So that's why it's important to stay involved and, you know, stay connected with the community that has supported you through, you know, your undergraduate career and what you ultimately want to do and where you want to end up. So by giving back and staying connected, you know, it's kind of a good reminder of not only where you came from and how to stay grounded, but then also a good way to help you in the future and continue that networking process.
This year, the Outside the Classroom curriculum, the OCC, has made an impact by awarding over 30 mini grants to student organizations whose activities or programs or events have supported one of the 10 goal areas of the OCC.
My favorite Pitt memory is whenever we beat Penn State. I know I've been looking forward to this rivalry since my freshman year whenever they announced it, and it was really thrilling to see them pull out a victory 42-39.
Our organization has made a significant impact in the Pitt community by teaching healthcare education to about 50 men on the South Side recovering from substance abuse.
Pitt Tonight provides an opportunity for kids to learn all sorts of things, from writing and production to marketing and entertainment law and musical composing and everything in between, to also providing a spotlight for the other kids in this video and groups on campus who don't get the love that they honestly deserve. And so we've been able to take a show like Pitt Tonight, an organization like Pitt Tonight, and use it to really just bring the entire school together.
I believe it's important to give back to Pitt because by giving back to Pitt, I'm improving myself and my school. Pitt's legacy is my legacy. We are one. As Aristotle once said, the whole is greater than the sum of its parts.
By having a Hillel on our campus, our students feel more connected to their heritage and are more interested in engaging in Jewish life. Hillel allows students to express their views, values, and opinions at a home away from home.
So one creative way that ASO contributed to diversity this year was through our creative collaborations. We collaborated with over 5 different organizations this year and got a bunch of different types of people out to our events. So I believe that that helped in pushing diversity here at Pitt.
My favorite Pitt memory probably has to be when I joined about 3 different student organizations during my fall semester of my sophomore year, so earlier this year. And it was probably, in retrospect, a little much at first, but the people I've met through them and, you know, just like getting to experience all those things was probably collectively like one giant memory for me that I'll always cherish because it really helped me push outside of my comfort zone and also was a nice way to meet other people who knew and like believed in me that I could do these things, which is always a nice feeling. But I'd say collectively just joining all those student organizations and just the organizations I've been a part of during my time so far here at Pitt have been some of my best memories of, you know, meeting people, getting to do things I never thought I was ever going to do, and getting opportunities I never thought about in college. And, you know, overall just having people be like, you know, like you can do this, like you have these great capabilities, you know, go forth, do, you know, everything that you possibly can. And, you know, knowing that those people believe in me and are encouraging me is probably part of that memory.
Women's Choral Ensemble has had an awesome year as a student performing group. In addition to singing multiple anthems for the ACC sporting events, we have also performed a few concerts and we're actually the role model choir for a festival that was ages 9th grade through senior year. In addition, we sang multiple performances. We went on an international tour to Canada, and we even had several different concerts in order to fundraise for our upcoming tour in 2018. As the president of Women's Choral Ensemble, it has been an honor to lead this group and to go through these experiences with such an incredible group of young women.
So my favorite Pitt memory was whenever the Women's Choral Ensemble got to do their first international tour to Canada, and this was in the past May.
By organizing Rock the Block Health and Wellness Fair and Street Festival, APHA-ASB has hoped to show the community how passionate student pharmacists are about making a positive impact in healthcare.
My favorite Pitt memory was actually the Pitt versus Penn State game in the beginning of the year. I wasn't there in the stadium itself, but I was actually at Costco with all my other friends. We were grocery shopping, but because it was Costco, we had all those widescreen TVs and we got to see the game from there. And I think it was really cool because the group of us wearing Pitt gear was there, and then all of a sudden there were a lot of other random people that popped up, and I thought it was fun because even though we weren't at the stadium, we still got to feel that sense of Pitt community and also the spirit.
I think it's really important to give back to the Pitt community because I came here from high school and not knowing a single person here, not knowing what I wanted to do for my major, what I wanted to get involved in, what career I wanted to do, and Pitt has given me the opportunities to figure everything out and find great people and surround myself with an amazing community. So I want to help do that for other people so that they all figure out where they're supposed to be and what they're supposed to be doing.
I think it's important to give back to the Pitt community because as students at Pitt, we are so fortunate to be getting an education at one of the best universities in the world. So it's our responsibility to give back to the people and the institution that is helping us move forward.
I think it's important to give back to the Pitt community because it's just our obligation to help people and to make a positive change in our community.
It's important to give back to the Pitt community through the Career Development Society because the members of the Career Development Society are helping other Pitt students become young professionals.
My favorite memory from Pitt is singing Sweet Caroline with Chancellor Gallagher at the Bonfire Pep Rally.